When a patient submits one of the forms on your website, you'll receive an email containing the information that your patient has submitted. This is the form notification. You can change the recipient of the email that you receive, send emails to multiple members of staff simultaneously, or even send the notification to different members of staff based on conditional logic. Each individual form has its own set of settings, so you first need to find the form that you want to edit, then select Notifications. You will now see a list of all notifications that exist for that form. By default, there should already be a single notification that sends your submissions. The notification name is simply something for you to easily identify which is which when looking at the list on the previous screen. Any unique name is fine. The Send To field allows you to determine how the message is sent. Entering an email address will simply send the notification to that specified address. If your form contains an email field to ask the patient for their email address, you can select this field and have the notification emailed to the patient. Or you can configure a set of rules to change the Send To email address based on the options that the user selects in the form. Your email is already set to send from a no reply email address and will display your practice name, so the from fields can be left blank. Anything entered in here will be overwritten by the system. You must enter a subject for your email, and you can also use merge tags by clicking on the little icon on the right hand side. For example, if you wanted to merge the name of the form into your email subject, you can select the Form Title Merge tag. The message field is for the body of your email. So if you're sending an email to the practice, you'll want this to contain all of the information that your patient has submitted to you. You would enter this using the All Fields merge tag, and this will be presented in the email as a table. You can, however, add to this with any additional content, for example, some instructions about what you want the member of staff to do with these emails when they are received. Or if you don't like the layout of the table, you can create your own email template. Finally, you can apply conditional logic to the notification, which will only send the email if a certain set of rules are passed. This is different to the conditional logic on the Send To field above, as that is only for the recipient of the email. A good example of conditional logic being used here is for forms that ask about smoking status or alcohol consumption. As long as the form asks the patient for their email address, you can create a notification that will send an email to the patient containing information about stopping smoking or cutting down their drinking, and the conditional logic here would be set to only send that user notification if the patient states that they are a current smoker or their alcohol consumption is high. As well as email notifications being sent to your specified recipient, all form entries are stored in your dashboard for 30 days before being removed. If you think you may be missing emails, or a patient attends and says that they have emailed you but you haven't received it, you can check your form entries to see if they did actually submit the form correctly to you. If an entry doesn't exist when the patient says that they submitted it, it is highly likely that they did not submit it correctly, because the entry creation is the very first step in the submission process. When viewing an entry, you can see the date and time it was submitted, the page it was submitted from, and you have the option to print the entry if that's what you would do with the email anyway.